Well, it's early in the morning, grab a cup and tune on in. Robert and Dave got that southern charm, let the laughter begin. From the morning funny to Maga Minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way, with a little joke and pray. We're just southern folks talking southern things, front porch swinging where the church bells rang. From Mama Said to Hum Day News, we keep it real with down home views. Sunday morning in the Word, get that gospel flow. Prayer time calls, so let's let our troubles go. Come Monday night, Mama Said is bringing the truth, and when it's night talk with Dave, man, you know it's getting loose. We're just southern folks talking southern things, stories and sports where the good times hang. From SFP News to I Remember That, we tell it like it is, and that's a fact. Got our veteran of the week, gotta show our pride. Pets of the week, bringing love worldwide. Talking paranormal, digging true crime. Southern fried stories all the dang time. So pull up a chair, y'all, and stay a while. Ain't nothing like that southern style. From the morning show to the soundstage band, it's SFP Live, won't you give 'em a hand? So pull up a chair, y'all, and stay a while. Ain't nothing like that southern style. From the morning show to the soundstage band, it's SFP Live, won't you give 'em a hand?
Good morning, Southern Fried Podcast fans and all of our folks out there at Cornbread Nation. It's Friday morning. Hey, y'all made it through the week. You just got today to go, and the weekend is here. I'm Rob, that's Dave, and we're here to get you going this morning. Morning.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
You got your coffee? You ready to go?
I got coffee.
All right. So we got coffee. If you don't have coffee, we're going to say a prayer for you. Go find some real quick. Get back to the show.
Yeah, go find coffee. That's a survival. That's redneck survival stuff there.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. You want to see if rednecks get upset. You know how to go without coffee. They don't.
Dang Skippy.
They don't function without it. I barely function with it sometimes, but I'm doing my best.
Well, that's all you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You do what you can do.
Hey, we got some rain here in South Georgia yesterday over here in Miller County area. Sure was proud to get some of that. Been so long, I almost didn't know what it was. Stepped outside, my head started getting wet, and I said, "Oh, are the squirrels crying or something?"
Nice, nice.
But it wasn't squirrels crying; it was raindrops. And they just kept falling on my head. Maybe reminded me of a song.
B.J. Thomas.
Yeah, was out there singing.
1970. I think that was.
Verses there for you. Raindrops falling on my head.
The first song I remember as a child.
Really?
Not in church. Yeah, very first song. It was my first song that I walked around singing and remember that liking. I'm sure there was probably one before that, but that's the first song I remember.
I think the first one I remember was Elvis, and You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog. That or something by the KC and the Sunshine Band, like Shake Your Booty or something. I liked me some KC and the Sunshine Band when I was a kid, dude. I ain't ashamed to admit it, dude. I loved them.
Second
Shake.
song I remember was Green Eyed Lady.
Green Eyed Lady.
Yep.
I can't help now, but when I hear about Green Eyed Lady, I think about green eyes out there in the park. Out in the battlefield, you know, they had the legend of green eyes. The spooky thing. Green Eyed Lady. Why'd that one stick in your head so much?
I just like the song.
Uh,
There were songs that just stood out that I liked, and they stuck around all those years. Don't forget it.
okay.
My mom was a big music fan, and we used to listen to a lot of music together and sing songs together and dance. My mom loved to dance before her health went down. Before I was even 15, she couldn't hardly walk. It was sad, crippling arthritis, but she loved to dance. We had a lot of fun. My mom was a hoot. She just loved have good times.
That's awesome, dude. I mean,
She gave me a love of Elvis, and she introduced me to the 70s Motown.
yeah. So she probably liked the Bee Gees as well, I would say.
Yeah. Stuff like that. She was a pop country kind of gal, Motown. It's a lot of pop. Some people call it rock, but it's really pop, some of it. She liked stuff that was upbeat, could dance. That's why she's a big fan of both dance shows on Saturday. We watch both of them. American Bandstand and
Soul Train.
Soul Train.
I watched Soul Train too. I can still remember it coming on. The Soul Train.
And there was a couple other shows that came on through the week that she would watch. Her favorite was Elvis. It was her favorite artist, without a doubt.
Well, there was a big difference between American Bandstand and Soul Train. I always thought that the dancers on Soul Train were so much better than the dancers on American Bandstand. And I guess that had a lot to do with the time. I don't know. But it was like the dancers on Bandstand were robotic and stiff and just nothing in what they were doing. You know, it's like all staged. And then on the Soul Train, man, they got down and boogied. Or was that just me?
I would say it was just two different types of dancing. The ones on the one where they were definitely energetic dancing. I remember it was just, two different styles of dancing. I mean, there was a lot of dancing on American Bandstand.
Yeah.
I mean, people, it's just It's just different styles.
Okay.
That's actually an old. I really never liked that stigma. And I'm not a dancer. I've never been a dancer, but I never liked that stigma that white people can't dance. I just thought that was a backwards. I've never liked that.
Oh. Well, I can't dance.
Everybody can dance. I just never danced. I mean, honestly, everybody can dance somehow. Dance is just movement, and dance is, there's all kinds of dances around the world. Now, some might be more. Some would say improper to proper. I mean, dancing is. It could be everything from the formal night out where you're dancing to, very formal kind of music, or it could be, to that disco era top, where, again, it's just dance is movement. Bible says that David danced before the Lord. There's always it's a movement, and I don't know. We just got this. It still goes on with this concept. I work with a guy, and I was telling him he was a good dancer. I was kind of joking with him because he was kind of dancing a little bit through the plant. And he said, "Oh yeah, all you got to do is move. You just got to move." And that's true. It's really just a movement. And I know, in the church, you catch, people don't dance really. A lot of Christians, they don't dance now. I mean, they don't do the Watusi or whatever, but everybody moves a little bit to music. So, I mean, it's just what are you classifying, there's different, like I said, different styles. It's called different things.
Right.
I mean, I never liked, and I know I'm going to be in the minority here. I never liked for the dirty dancing and stuff. And so, I didn't watch that movie.
Okay.
I know it's big. I know it's people really got caught up in that story, but I just never cared for that, and so I never watched. I've seen clips, never watched that movie through. I just don't care for that. But everybody can dance.
Okay, I'm sorry I offended you this morning.
Not offended. No, I'm just saying it's like
your wife can't dance.
It's like
I can't dance.
It's like art. And I took an art class once, and really, in its essence, anything can be art. Now, and I always kind of scoffed at that, but after taking the class, and a couple things in there, I get the essence of what they're saying. If it's art to you, it's art. One man's art may not be.
Whoa! If you take that up, did Hunter Biden take that course too? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Some of the stuff he made into art is kind of art. I guess that was art to him.
Well, I mean, there's all kinds of art, and it just depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking? I mean, some people only want scenes. They want a picture of the bowl of apples, or they want the picture of the horizon or a mountain, or that's my top art. I love that. Abstract art, which I'm not a fan of, it's still art. People really go for that. It's someone's interpretation. I've seen people that take things and swing paint cans that have holes in them, and they do different designs like that. People buy that stuff. I'm like, dude, I did that by accident when I was growing up.
Number one, I don't dance. Number two, I'm not a queen. Oh, golf girl, be nice.
So again, I just think that, I could give you an example, like south of where I live, where the guy made all the yard art, kind of an eclectic kind of guy. I can't remember that dude's name. And, they've preserved that down there in that town. He's deceased now. And there's people that travel all over to see that artwork. He made art out of, I don't know, scrap metal and stuff. I mean, what was that guy's name? Somebody help me. That's in Summer Trine,
Trying.
somewhere in there. And people travel all over to see that. To me, I don't probably care for it, but others think that's, that's great. That was a pretty good class. I never think I would like it. I took it as an elective, and it was the only one that didn't. Others were that at the time when I was in college, I thought, boy, I don't know about this, but I really had a great time with that class. And I actually was able to do art. This class gave me, you could use even a picture. And what we did is we built basically our project throughout the whole, every week we started with 5 pictures, and you built every week, you added to the story of those pictures. And so when I realized that I could use famous pictures and things like that, it really, it got me excited because I got, of history. So I was looking at, and I chose War Between the States battlefield pictures, some by Matthew Brady, some by other photographers that took battlefield. Mm-hmm. And then I learned so much because there's a lot of those pictures were staged. The photographer in his art, it was never, very rarely was those things exactly like they found them. They dragged bodies around. They propped up guns in certain places, and they were looking for artistic expression. So the famous one, like the Devil's Den at Gettysburg, that is a fascinating picture to study as an art form. And I had a ball with that because you look at the lines, the lighting, just different things about it. And I had a ball. Like I took one picture each week, and I got an A+ on the class, man. Once you find you're passionate about something, you really get into something, you will stretch yourself further than you ever thought. I just had a ball with that. I loved it. I thought I would hate it. Ended up loving it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Well, good deal.
Your garden could be artwork. To you, that could be artwork.
It is artwork. Oh, it is. And it's because got the flowers out there and everything else to not only help pollinate stuff and help keep the bugs out, but also to add an aesthetic to it that it didn't used to have. So as the flowers grow in, it changes the look of it and everything else. So yeah, it's kind of an art form too. So
I may not like someone's art form, and it may be, and I know they do it for the shock value. It could be even offensive. I'm not a fan of those things they do to offend religious symbology. I'm not a fan of that. And I feel like I feel like they do that on purpose. They're not trying to really accentuate artwork as they are trying to offend somebody. And this has happened a lot in displays in New York and stuff where they have taken pictures of Jesus Christ and did unspeakable things to it and called it artwork. I'm not a fan of that. By definition, it's protected by the freedoms here in America. And I understand that, but I don't think, to me, that's just done as an offensive thing. But I'll leave it where it's at. I just never liked that. I thought that it's because it's always something like that. It's never, it's usually always one-sided. I'll just say it that way.
Yeah. Well, if you don't see stuff like that for like doing Buddha and disgracing him or Muhammad or anybody else, it's always going to be our Lord Christ that they're, or something to do with the church that they're disgracing and throwing down like that. And it's protected, but it's singled out. It's that you don't see any of the other garbage with it. Because while we're supposed to be tolerant, not necessarily accepting of, but tolerant, there is no tolerance given back.
Well, and again, under freedoms that we have, it's a tightrope to me. Yeah, it is. They have the right to do it, but there, there's some things, it's like the flag. I would never want to see the flag used in a desecration,
No.
and somebody call that art. And that's the hard part of it, and that's where we get big differences of opinion. And that you can have a lot of debate about that. What is it? Are you exercising your freedoms? Or are you just trying to tick off a lot of people and playing its art? I don't know. We could argue that point all day long. I would say err on the side of freedom, because if you start restricting, then you can easily be used to restrict things that we find hold dear as expressions in art and stuff. But at the same time, are you inciting to riot? Are you, it's a tight walk right there. Slippery slope to me.
And speaking of our freedoms, here lately, we've got this whole push now of censorship, government sponsored censorship. And so we have we have the right to free speech. And these other countries that don't, they're really making a huge push to censor what people say and what they believe. And they're trying to really force the United States into this as well. But, and these people are supposed to promote this kind of stuff, but they're not. We're going back to that, what was that Biden era censorship where you can't say the wrong thing at the wrong time. And it's like, even still, there's certain words that we could say and we'll get blocked, And if we have an opinion on it that doesn't agree with everybody else's, then we get censored. And, and those of you who watch the show probably know what we're talking about. I know you know what I'm talking about. And we'll get censored in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
It's not right. We can't express our opinion because it doesn't go with what the word media says it should go with. I don't agree with it.
Was a very weird feeling last night. I did a Rumble only. I think I might have pumped it to a couple of the streams, but I did through Rumble Studio, a nightly news show. And it was the weirdest feeling not to be feeling restricted.
Yeah. And
I realized how constrained we've been trying to not offend these censors.
Yeah.
It was very great. It was a great feeling. And we'll still be going to those other streams, but we at times will do Rumble only. And it was great. It's actually great. I talked about the words we can't say in the course of my monologue. I talked about those things, and it was like, wow, that felt good.
Yeah. And, we can't. I mean, if we even say the word.
If we even say the word, we get struck,
Yeah.
Crazy. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I mean, we got 2 strikes in a week because we were like, surely it ain't just the word. So we said the word, and it was the word.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad word. It's not even offensive. But oh my gosh. I feel like
I actually dropped one of those streams the other night. I forget which show it was because I knew that I was going to use something that had a little bit of music in it, and just a short bit. But I said, I can't use it if I have this one stream, so I just dropped them.
Yeah,
so I'm not going up. It was important to me to do it. It felt like it fit right in that. So sorry to those that may be that channel only. Well, you didn't see that video. I dropped it.
That almost makes me want to just censor them back.
Yeah,
we just won't use them. That's kind of my thing on it. I mean, we're using them.
They're the party. They're the party poopers, man. I mean, it's. We've not had really any issues with anybody else. Except I think we had a couple of times we were flagged, But on appeal, we won those appeals. And they said, yeah, sorry. It was a bot picking it up. Oh, no, they reviewed it and said, no, you're right. This was not out of bounds, and they restored it. But that one, you appealed 3 times, Rob.
I did.
And they pretty much told you, not going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it wasn't even saying what they said it was saying.
I know.
I actually spoke out for that word a little bit. And they were like, you said the word. Bad Robert. Bad Robert. Oh, got my hand smacked and everything. Oh, suckers. That's okay, though. We don't have a huge following with them anyway. It seems like their followings are kind of dropping off anyway. You don't hear anybody talking about them anymore. I'm not overly concerned with them. Now, we are not talking about Rumble. We're not talking about Facebook. No. We're not talking about Gather. We're not talking about Truth. We're not talking about well, we can go through all who we're not talking about, and you can figure out who we're talking about. But we're not going to throw their name out there. No.
Yeah. By the way, put our card up if you don't mind, Rob. Tonight we will have a special guest on the front porch.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk Texas politics. I'm excited about this.
I am too.
For the first hour live. And I'm sure the hour is going to fly by. We can't get everything in, but 2 things I would like to accomplish tonight. We always at the podcast want somebody to tell their story. So we want to give this gentleman enough time to tell his story, his background, and his values. And then we can talk about the seat, which is John Cornyn's seat that he is running for. Ken Paxton's going to run for it. I think at least 1 or 2 more. And we'll get to know Alexander Duncan, and I'm excited about it. Don't know if he's going to be wearing a cowboy hat. I hope he does.
That's fine with me.
I love
it. He actually offered to come to us, but we're going to do it here in studio like we normally do. There ain't no need to run around all over the place. We'd been happy to have him, but it's fine. I am looking very much forward to meeting Mr. Alexander Duncan, and hey, the faith, family, freedom. He's already, for his tagline there, that's already pushed him into my court right there. I am really, really, really hot on that. So I like his little tag there.
Yes.
And like I said, let's let him tell his story. Hey, it's a chance for him to get his word out. And we want everybody, not just in Texas, but here in Georgia, across the nation, because this affects national politics. This is your nation. Some of it's going to be decided in other states. Some of these seats are. But, this is a gentleman here. It seems like he's got his head on right from what I've seen. Now, he is a first-time candidate. So we don't necessarily have a voting record on him, correct?
We do not have a voting record that he can express where he would stand on issues.
Right.
And there are issues, obviously, in Texas, just like any state.
Oh, yeah.
He can make it known how he feels about certain things.
Yeah.
And that's, his platform, so to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, faith, family, freedom, that's a great tagline, but we'll dig down just a little deeper and find out where he stands on some major issues.
Yeah. And that's, that's what, that's how he's going to, that's how people get to know you. We're definitely looking forward to that tonight.
And, those midterms will be here before you know it. There's an article this morning, the top Democrat in Florida in the Senate has quit the party. He stepped down. He said the party in Florida is dead. His name is Jason Pizzo. He was the Senate minority leader. He abruptly quit. Announced he's leaving the party altogether in remarks from the chamber floor. He said, here's the issue. The Democratic Party in Florida is dead, but there are good people that can resuscitate it, but they don't want it to be me. There's a lot of Democrats don't like him down there. They said, good riddance. They elected Lori Berman as the minority leader. The Tallahassee Democrat has reported Florida has 1.2 million more registered Republicans than Democrats, and no Democrat holds statewide elective office. Now, Mr. Pazzo is considering running. He's the third sitting lawmaker to leave the Democratic Party in the past 6 months. And he says, for today, I have FedEx my voter registration form to change my party affiliation to no party affiliation. So he's not, this is according to The Hill. Two other Republicans, Susan Valdez and Hillary Cassell, became Republicans. Nikki Fried, chair of the Florida Democratic Party, said Pizzo won't be missed, calling him one of the most ineffective, of course they would say that, unpopular Democratic leaders in recent memory. His resignation is one of the best things to happen to the party in years, she said. Anyway, the article goes on, but he is considering a possible run for governor in 2026. Remember, Ron DeSantis cannot run. He's term limited. And the big name that is considering running, with a couple other names, David Jolly, former state rep David Jolly, but Representative Byron Donalds is the only Republican so far to announce a gubernatorial bid to replace Governor DeSantis. Florida's huge. That's a big one. That governorship in Florida, that'd be a test at the midterms for MAGA. I think they'll be Republican win. I don't think Democrats will win it, but as long as people get out and vote. But that's a big one. Midterms on the way, baby.
Yeah. And everybody needs to remember, and we started this push the other day. Y'all need to get out and vote in every election. Don't just pick and choose what you're going to vote for. Get out there and let your voice be heard. Some of these smaller elections are what's going to affect you most directly. President's important. We're voting for the president. We're voting for the president. That's important. But in the grand scheme of things, on a small level, at a local level, it's not really affecting you. All the stuff that can affect you locally, we don't go vote. We have a really poor turnout for it. And when I say really poor, I mean really poor. I mean, almost nobody gets out and votes in your local elections. And these are some of the most important ones. Get out there and vote in all of them. Let your voice be heard. Your voice matters, but it doesn't matter if you sit on your butt and you don't get out there and open your mouth. Get out there and vote.
Rob, let me give you some fantastic news.
Okay,
folks, we are affiliate with Patriot Mobile. Use that promo code Cornbread. This is the only phone provider who is a Christian conservative phone provider. They have this has just happened. They have, this is an article, you can go see it, but they have just donated or supported to donate. It's called the 10 Commandments Project. And in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the First Liberty Institute and the Louisiana Family Forum, LFF, announced that with a donation from Patriot Mobile will provide 10 Commandments displays to 3,000 classrooms in Louisiana as part of a project to provide at no cost to Louisiana taxpayers displays in schools throughout Louisiana. Jen Story, Chief Operating Officer for Patriot Mobile, said our founding fathers relied on the 10 Commandments as foundational guiding principles for organizing our constitutional republic. We believe this project reminds students that Americans' rights come from God, not the government. It is our priority to support and defend our God-given rights and freedoms. This has been our mission from the very beginning of our company. The article goes on. Hallelujah. That is outstanding. And that's why we are partnered with Patriot Mobile. Make the switch today. Let your dollar support a company like that. Yes, we get a benefit out of it as long as you remain a customer. There's nothing wrong with that. We all benefit together. You get savings. You support a great company. They stay in business. Texas-based company, by the way. And you help the Southern Fried. It is a win-win-win. And your dollars are going to help initiatives like this. Man, I can get behind that. That fires me up.
Mm-hmm.
Instead out here tearing down, we're trying to build up and keep us to our foundations. Wow.
Yes.
This makes me feel so good in my heart this morning. Patriot Mobile, you rock.
That's right. Rock on. And I pick on Texas sometimes. I do. But mainly just their football team.
That's all it is. I mean, people pick on. I love the state of Tennessee. I think it's beautiful. I don't care for Tennessee football, but I love the Smokies, man. I love that region. Good morning, Miss Janet.
Janet pop in here. Oh, there she. Yeah, now y'all in for it. Yeah.
I want to thank her for. I want to thank her. I want to thank her as a new Rumble subscriber, or she has her own channel now. I appreciate her coming in last night for a few moments and the show. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We kind of popped that one in there. We have a new video for it. It was freeing. It was very freeing. But thank you, Miss Jenna.
Oh, yeah, we've been I try to like Tennessee a whole lot, but the football team just kills me. I mean, I like Bill Dance, but I can't hardly even watch him because that ugly hat he wears on there all the time.
Yeah, but when you watch him, he falls in the water on his bloopers. The hat goes flying into the water, so you get a benefit there. That's pretty cool.
You do get a benefit. Oh, it's like, yeah, I think so.
I just wondered. I've been around a long time. Just asking.
Well, it just popped up there. I mean, that was one of the.
Well, William Shakespeare can pop up there. That don't mean he's alive. He may be. I'm just saying. He may be retired now, or I don't know if he's still doing his show or not. Maybe I'll rewrite it.
I think he's gone. Let's see here. I don't know.
Let's run a quick commercial while you look that up. I'm gonna refill my coffee cup.
I got to refill mine too.
We will be
back too, but I'm gonna get as quick as I can. Right.
All right.
Right. Now.
Yes, Robin, Dave, y'all.
Southern Fried Podcast fans, this is Dave in the AM. I want to tell you about our store. We've been promoting it a little bit. We wanted to promote it a little bit more and let you know we've been adding some designs to it, and we're continuing to do that. Right now, there's a summer sale going on. You're going to see here in just a second what kind of discounts you can get. They're pretty amazing. Our old store became cumbersome, and it was not easily updated. And we have since went to a new store, and the old one is still there. And if you decide to shop there, that's fine. But this is our new store, and it is so easy for us to manage. And we want to thank the folks at Threadless for that. So on the screen right now, you see some shirts, some of the different designs. One of our newest one is the Georgia outline, the red one. We really like that. You see some of our classic designs. You see some here that you may not have seen before. And again, we're designing and adding to just about every week. You see hats. There is just about anything in there, and we're trying to add more products all the time, as well as those new designs. So go shop at the Southern Fried Podcast store, and you'll be able to get some of these things too. Here's the QR code for that. You can see at the top of the page, 40% off right now. These are amazing prices going on. The store is very affordable. Me and Rob wanted as best the prices as we could get. And this is the place that we found to be able to do it. And there's the address. You can copy that out or use the QR code. We thank you for your support of the Southern Fried Podcast and watching the shows and supporting us and letting us know how much you enjoy it. You mean a lot to us. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you soon. Welcome back. Welcome back. Rob will be back in just a second. While we're waiting on him, some birthdays today. Al Pacino is 84 years old today. Al Pacino, 84 years old. Renee Zellweger, 55 years old. 55 years old today. Interesting. Man, I can remember her back in some of her early works. Basketball player Tim Duncan, 48 today. 48 today for Tim Duncan. Actress Sarah Paxton is 36 today. Happy birthday to you, Sarah. It's great to have a birthday. That means another year of life. My birthday is on the way. It's 11 days away. 11 days away. So we always say, if I make it, if I make it, I'll be 60 years old this year. It's hard to say that. Like, what? I don't seem right. I don't seem right at all. But great job. Go read that article. Patriot Mobile is. I love that company. Just love them. Wonderful people. Really enjoyed talking to them, and they've been so encouraging to us and looking for a long-time partnership. And I love that. The NFL draft first round was last night. Can you believe it? The Atlanta Falcons drafted the earth. If you felt the earth shake last night in Georgia, they actually drafted a Georgia Bulldog player in the first round. Wow. Couldn't believe it. Way to go, Atlanta. And on the defensive side of the ball, turned around, made a trade. Some say it was too much to give up, but they know they got to get that defense right. They drafted the Pierce out of Tennessee. Speaking of Tennessee football, pass rush specialist. So they brought on 2 major defenders, but they drafted a Georgia player. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is great. They never do that. There's hope for the Falcons yet.
What?
They drafted a Georgia player in the first round last night, the Atlanta Falcons.
Who'd they draft? What, defense player?
Yeah.
My goodness. You made that in draft punter?
No, then they turned around and made a trade for a pick and came back in the first round and picked up, because last night's just the first round. So now it'll be 2 and 3 rounds. And then Saturday goes through all the way through 7. But they got the really good defensive player from Tennessee, the sack. I think he had 19 and a half sacks in his Tennessee career. Got a great first step. Great job, Atlanta. I got to give you credit. Forget the grades. If you need a guy, go get it. They did it. We'll worry about next year on that first round pick they gave up. Sometimes it's the thing to do. You got to win now. Yep. Yes, Celtic Blacksmith. I am a Taurus. I'm the May baby. I bet Steve had a Taurus at one time in his life. I bet he drove a Ford Taurus. I bet he did. He seems like a Ford Taurus kind of guy.
No, Steve, you did not have a Taurus. Absolutely not.
I had a Taurus and a Tempo. In fact, that Tempo was a stick, and I loved that car, man. That was a cool car. Good morning, Long Spear. Long time no hear. Coming in from the Twitch side of things. We are well. We are very well.
Yes. And one of us is really good looking, too. I'm not going to say which
Long Spear.
She'd use an escort as a boat. Wait a minute. This seems to be a running theme with you. Didn't you use a Jeep for a boat, too? Isn't that where you caught your big old Smalley was in a Jeep? Or was it a truck?
Longspear does farming on his gaming. I watched him one day, Rob. He was baling hay.
Baling hay?
Yeah, it was very, very meditating to watch him roll along and work the farm. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. I love your accent too, by the way. Love your accent. You can't get that through here.
Yeah, where are you from there, Mr. Longspear?
Great guy.
Share that out there.
No, that was
short. Okay.
That was the escort.
Okay. And
yeah.
if I remember correctly, that little fishing excursion and boat trip was the direct result of maybe some moonshine or something. I don't know. All right. That's right.
Yeah, South Africa.
That's awesome. We're glad you're in here this morning.
Longspear, you should come up with us one night. I think that would be great if you're willing to do it. I think it'd be awesome to have you come up for a little while on a show and just give us your South Africa experience. You know, tell about your area. It would be a great cultural thing. I would love that. Would love that.
I think Bill Dance is still alive, by the way.
You mean it took you this long? You still don't know?
No.
We'll do it, Longspear. We'll set that up. We'll communicate back and forth. If we don't have your email us at our email, which is on the screen right now,
Southern Fried Podcast.
And we will set that up. We'll find out a time that works. I would love to have you come up and just talk about, educate us on your story of South Africa. I would love that. That's awesome. Thanks for doing that. That'd be great.
Yeah. Educate us.
And I know he said he was shocked that we announced it, but Steve's going to be with us. But since we already said it, Steve's going to be with us on the first Wednesday of the month on our Hump Day Views now. In that setting, we get to have Steve educate us on his Ohio upbringing. Which consists of snow, using escorts as boating mechanisms to catch bass, going to punk rock shows, smoking his neighborhood out by the forge, and he has a lot of FedEx deliveries,
and his amazing baking skills with his Easy Bake.
So it's a great cultural experience with Steve.
Yes. Steve brings a lot to the table.
And he's usually banging on it with a hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you reckon Steve was when he was a kid? I think it all makes sense now. I think when Steve was a kid, he watched the Flintstones, and he was a fan of Bam Bam.
Ooh.
He was hitting things with his little hammer everywhere he went.
I bet he had the hot for pebbles too.
Rob.
What? Well, Bam Bam always had the hots for pebbles and Flintstones. When he was a kid, not a grown up. Come on.
Rob.
What, Dad? Don't make it something it's not, Dave.
Oh, Rob. It's Friday. I don't feel like getting. I don't want to have thoughts on Friday. I don't even want to think on Friday. I just want to enjoy the experience of getting through a Friday. And you started my day off with that. Oh, thank you very much. We had this great story going, and you just throwed that in there like a dagger.
Well, look, you made it something that it wasn't.
I thought you were going to say he had, hots for Wilma or something. I mean, what is wrong with you, man? Why do you think that way?
Now, Wilma was way too old for Bam Bam.
Oh,
God. Well, at least I didn't say he had the hots for Dino.
I think it would have been better.
Well, considering he actually has the hots for AOC, yeah, Dino would be a much better option than Rita.
Anyway, his mom was constantly getting on to him. Steve, quit beating up my furniture.
I really want to put that up, but
you see, I knew it once we started down that road. I knew it.
Betty was kind of hot too, wasn't she? And she kind of looks a little bit like AOC.
Next, you're going to tell me Barney was.
No. Oh, Lord. Hey.
We're killing Longspear here. He's like, what? He's probably going, what the heck is Flintstones and what the heck is Bam Bam?
But, hey, Longspear, I'm from right here in South Georgia. It's a big farming area. When you come on, I'd love to talk about what you guys farm over that way. And yeah, man, that would be awesome. Some of the struggles that y'all have with farming. Because I know farming's kind of a worldwide thing. And, there's a lot that goes into it. They was talking about you baling hay and stuff, but I'd like to hear about the rest of it too.
Well, he's not literally baling hay. That's his game. He plays. Rob.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's never baled hay. I don't know. We can find that out. But he does bail it on the game that he's playing on Twitch.
Okay.
It's meditating to watch.
Okay. Well, that just made me feel like an idiotard.
I did say that, Rob. To be fair, I'm sorry if that went over your head.
It went over my head. I'm sorry. I don't doubt that you said it and it went over my head. But
So you missed the truth of the matter about what he does, and you went straight for the Bam Bam and Pebbles risque story. I mean,
there was no risque story there. It's just because you made it a risque story. Oh my God. Love you, brother. Well, Longspur is interested, but we'll be happy to have both up first.
Yeah. Both are acceptable.
Yeah. But we would still love Longspur. Your invite stands, Bubba. We want you on here, and we'll get this other guy too. And
Absolutely,
we'll split it up or together or whichever. But that would be awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, not today. Yeah. We'll set it up.
Yeah.
We'll set it up.
If the time difference is an issue there, we can always do a recording and then air it out live. That's fine too.
No, I like it, Steve.
Yeah.
I actually, that would be great to do on one of your Wednesdays. You're going to come in. That would be killer. Just bring them on.
Yeah.
You're now a 33rd and a third of that show for the night. So feel free to book.
Hey, you know what else would be awesome? We might could get Diva Dawn to come on the show.
Yeah, we could.
Oh, that would be awesome, Steve.
I know it will be, as much as she rips it. I mean, it'd be great.
This is the way you make a sword, make a sword, make a sword. You hammer it out early in the morning.
Yeah, Steve, give us the program. That's why we brought you on, man, because we love you, and you can help. You're now crew for the night. You got to help book stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if Steve goes dancing. You ever reckon Steve goes dancing?
I don't even want to think about that.
Got the hair down. Got his girlfriend out there for the night. I shouldn't have said it that way. He's got a girl he's invited out, and they go dancing. Yes, Longspear, you got it. 8 p.m. here is something like 3 a.m. over there, maybe.
I can see Steve doing karaoke, and that's what I can see.
Singing Rhinestone Cowboy.
Got his hair down, and and got his head going and head banging to Linda Carlisle or something. Got his throw his hair back, something classy like Dolly Parton. I could see him doing that.
I will say this. Was it Dolly, and who was it she was in a movie with? Was it not Sylvester Stallone or something? Something like that. Some actor. It was crazy, bad movie. I think Steve the Blacksmith would have been better in that movie. Wasn't it? Who was it? It was a bad movie. Bad.
Sylvester Stallone?
Somebody like that. I don't remember. I didn't watch it. It was a bad movie.
Rhinestone.
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Nobody does. Nobody does. There's probably some fans out there.
Probably. That was
One
back in
man's
1984.
Yeah, one man's garbage is another man's treasure. That was a bunch of. Here, Stallone's coming out of all these tough movies, he's fighting death and Vietnam battles and all this stuff and the gangs, and then he does that. It's like, oh.
You see, that would be me. God bless you too, Long Spear. We'll see you shortly. Look forward to hearing from you.
See ya. God bless you. Thank you for that.
So that's Jen. Now you can see what's going on. All right. What's going on?
Yes. Yes. That's right. That Rumble, baby. Yeah. Steve's no alone. You know, when we first started and Steve came in, he was in Rumble all alone. Hello, hello, hello. It's kind of dead in here, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
We actually are starting to get more and more folks in Rumble coming in. Yeah, that's right. Welcome to the land of free speech. I was telling them, Steve, I did a Rumble only last night. Man, it felt so good not to have to be worried about different things tripping me up.
Yeah.
I actually said the no words, both of them.
Oh no!
When my chest punked out.
Hey, we were talking about Dolly Parton movies. No, they've been kind of hit or miss, but she does have some good ones.
She does have some good ones.
9 to 5 is a classic.
I like 9 to 5, but she's not my favorite person in that movie. I like Dabney Coleman. He is absolutely hilarious in that movie.
Yes, he is. He is.
Absolutely. And I got to give, I'm not a fan of Jane Fonda at all. But she was pretty good in that movie. Pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good movie, though. I like the song, too, 9 to 5.
Yes. Yes.
I've always, there's some great lines in that movie.
Yes.
That's right. I did stick the landing on. I said I felt like, oh, I don't have to worry. I felt like I'd done something wrong, like I was going to get my hand spanked, No, I'm in Rumble. Okay, I'm good. God bless Rumble.
Yeah. I still think one of the best movies that she was in was still Magnolias. I know it's a chick flick, but it's one of the funniest chick flicks you will ever see, in my opinion. I think Still Magnolias should go down as a classic from now on.
Right now, I have no doubt that you've sat and watched many chick flicks, and it's okay.
No. No.
I got to be honest. You've brought up on a reoccurring theme chick flicks. You have.
I brought up Still Magnolias on a reoccurring thing because it is a great movie. And
I'll be honest with you. I don't even know if I've saw it.
You need to watch it, dude. It's got Olivia Dukakis and Shirley MacLaine, and they're playing off of each other. Is amazing. It is so funny. It'll make you laugh till you cry. It was an amazing movie. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all need to watch it. I guarantee you, if Janet's on here, she's seen it.
Next, you're going to tell me that you watched the Rocky Horror Picture Show and cried during it.
I didn't cry during Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was laughing too darn hard.
I never watched that either. People would go watch the midnight showing of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's a cult classic.
Yeah.
When I first heard about that, I thought they were saying something else. I thought it was Rocky the Horror.
That's Jen. Have you ever seen Still Magnolias? That's what she's asking me there. That's Jen. I bet she's saying she hadn't seen it. Oh my gosh.
I've never saw it.
My goodness, there's something wrong with y'all. Oh, it's a funny movie.
Well, we already know you watched The View. I mean, you've talked about that.
I watched The View. Well, actually watched The View one time just so I could see the screaming and the gnashing of teeth after Donald Trump won the election. The rest stuff I get is just comments from the show. It's stuff that comes up, and it's just like, I got you. I know who you are now.
I like her name on there. Sassy Jim. Sassy Jim.
Sassy.
Yeah.
Are you feeling sassy? I'm not really feeling all that sassy today. I probably look sassy though.
going to be a great day. Let's get some work done. Today. I know it doesn't mean anything to anybody here, but it does to me. I get my car back today.
There you go.
And I'm getting it back, not for what they're trying to charge me. They have backed down.
What? Did you stand up to the man?
Well, we got her took care of.
There you go.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Robin. And
I'm
that's
David.
David.
We sound like we're in a Shakespeare play. I, David, am the Sir Robert.
Y'all are killing me this morning. It was bad enough there at Cornbread Nation with him getting me last night. Oh my Lord.
I was hurting already. I'm still sore from laughing last night. Miss Jen, I don't know if you saw it, but the redneck dating game was a classic.
No.
And having Steve's comments right above my notes. Every time I looked up, I saw his comment. I couldn't help it. I had Rumble's video open, and I'm dying. I
couldn't give mine and Steve answers were lining up really stinking close last night. Oh,
you were.
You were definitely living up to being Steven. Oh Lord.
Okay, good. She's liking that Rumble. Yeah.
There you go.
I love it.
All right. Well, y'all get out there and get this Friday took care of.
Yeah.
You know, Dave's got to run the kids to school and run himself to work. I don't know what all I'm getting into. Don't forget, tonight, 8 p.m. for 1 hour, we got Mr. Alexander Duncan. Yes. U.S. Senate candidate out of Texas. Y'all make sure to pop in and see what he has to say. We'll probably ask him a question or three, but we're looking forward to hearing what this man has to say. So this is a very, very important seat that he's running for there in the great state of Texas. And, yeah, let's get on here tonight and show him some Southern Fried Podcast love as a Cornbread Nation support. And let's see what he has to say.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, guys, y'all have a
great... Steve, I hope you are. And are you going on at 7? I'll go back and catch it. Yes. Have a great day, Miss Jen.
Yes. Y'all have a great, wonderful day. And we will see y'all tonight, as Steve would say, toodles.
Toodles, toodles.
Toodles, toodles, toodles.
You know, Steve, real quick, Steve should make us something that is a Southern Fried exclusive. We got to think of what that could be. That would be cool. The Southern Fried. He could stamp it. SFP.
Oh,
he's aiming for 7 again. What would that be? We'll have to think on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Celtic blacksmith.
If you could make us a sword, it would make Diva Dawn so jealous.
The mad scientist.
Yeah.
Back in his easy bake again. We got to go clip that out. Well, we can't I guess we could because we were live streaming too. But real quick, when you said that, and he's over there going, dude, I can feel the heat way over here. That was a classic moment. I about fell out of my chair.
It ain't no easy bake. What size light bulb you got in that thing?
He's like, I can feel the heat over here. I'm trying to fight my way back in. That was great. Love you, Steve. You're awesome. Thanks for playing.
Y'all have a great day.
Oh, well, it's early in the morning, grab a cup and tune on in. Robert and Dave got that southern charm, let the laughter begin. From the morning funny to Maga Minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way, with a little joke and pray. We're just southern folks talking southern things, front porch swinging where the church bells rang. From Mama Said to Hum Day News, we keep it real with down-home views. Sunday morning in the Word, get that gospel flow. Prayer time calls, so let's let our troubles go. Come Monday night, Mama Said is bringing the truth, and when it's night talk with Dave, man, you know it's getting loose. We're just southern folks talking southern things, stories and sports where the good times hang. From SFP news to I remember that, we tell it like it is, and that's a fact.